early April and it's a beautiful sunny afternoon here down on the Bridgwater to Taunton Canal here at Maundel Lock, which is about halfway down the canal between Bridgwater and Taunton. This is perhaps one of the busiest parts of the canal. There's a big car park here, there's a lovely tea room which I shall try out in just a moment, and loads of people drive down here to enjoy their tea and a little walk along beside the water. Spring flowers there just coming out, really looking lovely. And along this stretch you can see all of the narrow boats. A lot of these have been moved out of Bridgwater docks to cope with all the work that's going to be going down there over the next few months and years. To be honest, I think this is a nicer place to actually put the boat up than in the docks at Bridgwater. One of the features of this canal is the spacewalk, a set of markers which you can see one right in front of us, marking the position of the planets, the distance of the planets from all of the ends of the canal. This is Mars, a small, cold, sterile planet, they say, and yet most like Earth. 24-hour day, seasons, mountains, plains and valleys. It once had water and possibly air. Did it once play a part in the story of life? Could it again? You're asked. Maybe one of these days men will find out. The sign at the bottom here says that we're 12.6 kilometres from Taunton and 10.8 kilometres from Bridgwater. So almost halfway along the canal. And just here we can see the water rushing over the lock out, the overflow of the sluice there, and beautiful smell of fresh water. It's really lovely on this afternoon. A lot of the old lock machinery still in situ, some of it working, some of it not, but it adds a lot of character. And although the car park is full, there are very, very, very few people actually walking along the water this afternoon. Another angle here of the water pouring through the sluice. And looking back here to bridge number 17. And down towards all of the boats. And over on that side, as you can see, the tea room is pretty busy. And looking across the water to that narrow boat, this is the way, and I think indeed, on a day like that, this is the life. This very impressive craft here, Kicker, Band and Boom. Looks Dutch. River Tiddy. Can't read all the rest of it, I'm afraid. Definitely looks Dutch to me. And this last boat on this stretch is the Lady Jane, owned by Tim Gilbert and his partner Kirsty, And I remember this was the last boat launched onto this canal, launched in Bridgwater docks 3 or 4 years ago, and moved up here now because of the ongoing work in the docks. Somerset Boat Centre, where you can hire boats, you can have narrowboat trips, or you can rent a canoe, a rowing boat, or a small motorboat. That's about half a mile down in the canal, and I'm heading in that direction in a few minutes' time. And here on the spacewalk now we come to the Earth, and can you spot the moon? Well, have a look. There's the moon, tiny little spot there, just at the top there, little silver ball. A couple of lads fishing. I'm not sure what fish are in here. I was told that there are carp in the dock at Bridgwater, but I don't know whether they come down this far. I don't know whether they're restocked or maintained at all. Looking now further down the canal, and I'm going to walk down that direction in just a moment. And next on the spacewalk is Venus. A strange place, it's described as the day longer than the year. Under a vast, dense atmosphere of carbon dioxide laced with clouds of sulfuric acid, there lies scorching desert. No air, no growth, no seeds. Earth's nearest neighbour and size twin, and yet so different. And we now come to Mercury, small, rugged and cratered, rather like our own moon, but with no significant atmosphere. The Mercurian day is 58 Earth days, not hot enough to melt lead, the long night almost cold enough to freeze air, were there any. No place for life and no place to visit, they tell us. And we're coming up now to the Somerset Boat Centre. You can see the first long narrowboat there is called Dillon, and there are quite a few boats along here, and let's have a look and see what we've got. A much smaller boat there, all in grey, and further next to her, Time Bandit. More activity going on here, and a group just preparing to go out on paddleboards. I guess those are the ones hired from the boat centre on the right hand side of the shop there. Looks like that's going to be good fun, little launching platform there. Wouldn't mind being out there myself this afternoon, a day like this.
You waving to us? Us?
Is it cold?
No, beautiful, beautiful and warm. Lovely day. I was thinking it was colder, but it's actually beautiful. First time.
And the other board going out there. Perfect day for it.
Good afternoon. It's beautiful, isn't it?
the Somerset Boat Centre there. You can get a good view of everything there. They've got a pub called the Lock Inn. Bridge number 18 there, and there are a few more people walking up and down the path now. Over to my right here, a little flat-bottomed boat, easy access for disabled people, and that one is called Somerset. Very appropriate. And another lovely narrow boat. You can hire these as a group or an individual, and they do special organised trips like evening fish and chip runs up and down the canal. The boat they use for that is called Summer Sun, and she's not here this afternoon, so I guess that in the very early summer sun she is probably up and down the water. The middle of the bridge itself, Bridge 18, looking down you can see a good view there of the Lock Inn pub, and down the canal the way I've just walked. Some of the local ducks there enjoying the sunshine too. Back on the towpath, looking the way I've just walked, and I'm going to head back now towards the tea room. Those paddleboarders are well out of sight. I might catch up with them in a minute, depending on where they're heading and how fast they're going. A couple of gents there with their dogs. Lovely day for it. Lots of cyclists and walkers now on the path, and I am just round the corner here from the cafe where we started off. And here we are, almost back now at the cafe and the Lock Centre. Beautiful, peaceful afternoon. And back here now at the first bridge, 17, with the cafe open there on the left hand side. And from here now, on the other side of the water, having walked across the bridge, I've got a glimpse of those paddleboarders further down. So they must have picked up their paddleboards, carried them around the lock, because the lock hasn't been opened, and they've gone back now on the other half of the canal up towards Bridgwater. Water still rushing through the sluices, and looking down back towards the Somerset Boat Centre, and much further on down that direction, Centre. lovely afternoon for dog walking. Just looking through the arch of the bridge there, a glimpse there of one of the paddleboarders. He's doing well, standing up on it. Looking at the tea rooms now. Quite busy on an afternoon like this. Lovely barrow there of flowers, pansies. Well, that was a gorgeous cup of tea, and I got in there just in time because she's just closing up. And so there we are, Maundel Lock. Beautiful afternoon for it. I'm looking at the mural there, or as they would call it in Bristol, a mural of all the activities going along the side of the dock. Thank you for watching the video this afternoon, and I recommend that you come and explore the Taunton to Somerset Canal.